Alright everyone, I know it's been maybe 6 weeks since I made a video last. Guess that's what happens when life gets in the way though. I mean, if I really had the time and could do this for a living, I'd make 10 of these a day. I have a feeling I'm going to put up a few tonight. The first one I want to talk about is modern schooling, especially at the lower levels. I have 3 kids. One of them is going into first grade next year, and just for the purpose of full disclosure, I don't have them, or excuse me, they're not homeschooled yet. Still a argument I'm trying to win, but I'm hopefully getting closer. Here's what irritated me today. We went back to school shopping for all the school supplies for all our kids, and my wife and I were going up and down the aisles grabbing everything we needed for the kids. And we were looking at the list together, and you know, there's nothing out of the ordinary for a list, or on the list for a grade school kid. You know, he needed a dozen number 2 pencils, a box of colored pencils, some pens, pencil top erasers, 2 highlighters, a pair of scissors, 4 glue sticks, 4 notebooks, loose leaf, 4x6 note cards, pencil bag, couple binders, some post-it notes. Really, nothing out of the ordinary. But here's where it got interesting. I looked at the bottom of the list, and there was about 4 or 5 bullet points, and one of the bullet points said, all the supplies brought in by the students will be shared by the class. Well, here's where I got pretty upset, because, here you are walking up and down the aisles with your children, or not, buying their school supplies. And, I don't know about you, but I like my children to have nice stuff, at least, they don't need everything extravagant, but hey, if I'm buying school supplies for them, I want to get them some stuff that's going to last, stuff they can use throughout the year that's hopefully not going to wear out too fast, assuming they don't lose it. But then you look at the bottom and it says it's going to be shared by the class. So basically what you're saying is there's a couple issues I really had. The first issue was the stuff I'm buying for my own children for school won't even be allowed to be in my children's possession while they're at school. So the stuff I'm purchasing for my child that they say I need is just going to be given to everyone else. Okay? Couple things here. First thing, if that's what the list says for everyone, well, and they know it's going to be shared by the class, what type of supplies do you think they're going to get brought in? They're going to get the absolute cheapest possible school supplies you can think of. They're going to get the cheapest pencils, cheapest notebooks, cheapest folders, things that aren't going to last. Okay? So now you're going to have a room full of 6th graders using a bunch of crap that's going to wear out in a couple months. Next issue is, if I'm purchasing this stuff, how is it automatically not my child's property once they go to school? Last issue, I guess, and this one is this. Okay? Here you have young children, they're minors, they're not, to the age quite yet where they can formulate some of these adult thoughts on their own. But my problem is, one of the first things you're teaching kids in school, now this is probably on his list last year, but I didn't go shopping for his list and didn't really notice. So what you're teaching these kids is that their personal possessions that they get from home, or they bring, or they buy on their own, are not theirs. And I don't know about you, but that irritates the hell out of me. Okay? If any of you are interested in more information on what our schools are actually trying to do, please do yourself a favor. Pick up John Taylor Gatto's books. One of them is called Weapons of Mass Instruction. The other one's called Dumbing Us Down. And he's got, I believe, 2 more, but those are the 2 that I've read on Kindle. And it's just, the information contained in them is fascinating. And I'm sure I'll share more in another video at some time. But why are we teaching our kids in school one of the first things we're teaching impressionable young kids, under the age pre-teens, everywhere probably from, first grade to sixth grade, that their possessions aren't theirs. Okay? So really what we're doing is we're conditioning our children to believe that their property should be or needs to be shared by the community. And I don't know about you, but I think the only role of government should be to protect private property rights. Okay? And, I know you might think this is trivial, but we're talking about the foundation of a young person's schooling experience. Okay? They're going to school, taking supplies with them, and as soon as they get to their school, those supplies are no longer theirs. They have to voluntarily, or maybe not so voluntarily in my children's case, surrender their property for the collective good. And I don't know about you, but that sounds like bullshit communism to me. Okay? I guess that's all I got on this one. Remember, people, the government's bad for you, and raise the black flag.